Welcome to episode 43 of Pera's Playbook. Today I'm joined by Bella Kaczorowski of the Wilkes women's hockey team. Bella, how are you?
I'm good. Hi. Thank you so much for having me on here. This is really cool. I've never gotten an opportunity like this before, so thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm glad this is your first podcast. And if you go on a bunch more someday, you can always say that Pera's Playbook was the first one. It started
I
your
will.
podcasting career.
I will.
You've got to be getting pretty excited. Season coming up, first games this weekend. Got to be just itching for it after practice and practice and practice, and you're finally almost there.
Yes, we play MCLA this weekend. I'm really excited.
That'll be interesting. A new program. It's got to be kind of hard to like scout. It's like there's a lot of film out there, like things to
Yeah.
watch. You don't really know what to expect. They've got girls from different college teams or different, a lot of freshmen, and really hard to scout
Yeah,
that.
I think we're excited most of all.
Yeah.
Had two like exhibition games this past couple of weeks versus HTI Stars, which is a youth team, and then we played Kings last weekend. So I think we're ready. We're ready to come out strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, exhibition games. It's great to get out there, but like, it's not real. Like, it really doesn't. So it's like, it feels
Yeah.
different than like a real game.
Yeah, we're ready for the real deal. We're ready for it.
Yeah. So when did you start playing hockey? How old were you?
So I started playing hockey when I was 4 years old. But my dad got me out on the ice like as soon as he could. Like I could walk. I grew up in
Yeah.
Alaska, so we got the frozen pond scene happening. And so as soon as I could, put skates on, he got me out there.
What else are you going to do in Alaska in the winter?
Exactly. Not much else to do.
Yeah, it's kind of
Outside
how
in
it
the
is in
cold.
Michigan. Like if you don't like outdoor winter activities, you know, there's not
Yeah.
much for you.
Yeah. I mean, the summer's great. Like, don't get me wrong. The summer's
Yeah.
beautiful. The mountains are amazing, like fishing and all of that stuff. But definitely the winters can be brutal. It's very dark.
Did you come down to like the main United States much? Is that
Um,
like
yeah, so
often growing up?
I actually went to the North American Hockey Academy. So I moved away from home when I was going into my junior year of high school. And then I would go on like vacations, or like
Yeah.
trips, hockey trips to Michigan or like California, I guess, but not really anything like other than that.
Right. It's got to be a lot harder to travel from
Yeah.
Alaska than it is to like go from Michigan to Minnesota. It's like super easy. You just drive over.
Yeah. I'm kind of sick of plane rides if you want my honest opinion. It's
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah. Did you play other sports growing up or was it just hockey?
So when I was young, I played soccer, like youth soccer. And then I dabbled in a little middle school volleyball, sometimes. And then I ran track and cross country in middle school. But high school, I just stuck to hockey.
So there was like never a question on if you were going to do something else. It was always like hockey's my focus, hockey's my thing.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just became like my life, I guess.
Yeah. Were your parents, did they play hockey stuff growing up?
Yeah, my dad played hockey, and like my brother played hockey too, and that was like our main, I guess, like family thing all
Yeah.
together. But
The
yeah,
family
I definitely
sport.
play hockey because of my dad. He's like my biggest role model and like
Yeah.
the reason, I guess.
Right. So you started your college career at Suffolk
Yeah.
and go into that. I guess maybe you're recruiting a little bit. Everyone's got different experiences. Some people have a really easy time, and other people have like the worst imaginable times with recruiting. Did you have easy, hard,
I wouldn't
stressful?
say, I mean, my senior year of high school was definitely a little stressful. Like, trying to figure out where I'm gonna go, like what I'm gonna do with my life. I really didn't know what I wanted to major in. I didn't know any of that stuff, but like once I chose, so I went to Suffolk University for 2 years, and once I chose Suffolk, like I was really excited, and then COVID happened, so my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college were kind of not what they would normally be for, the normal
Yeah.
student or athlete, so that was rough, but it wasn't like as stressful, I feel like, as like it would be for like anybody else.
That whole, COVID, I mean, it's so difficult for a lot of people. Like, I feel very lucky. I mean, it happened when I was a first year in college, so I missed out on that, but I feel very lucky that I had my senior year of high school. Because then looking at like the kids after me, they didn't have a real graduation. They had it like
Yeah,
outside in the parking lot or like on the football field. Like they didn't have it in the gym the way it normally is. Like,
yeah. We had to pick up your diploma, take a
oh,
picture with the principal and leave. So that
that's
was
it?
my situation. Yeah.
Wow. That's like kind of a letdown after years and years of like that's what you're working towards, graduating high school.
I don't know. For some reason, for me, like just like I got my, so at Naha ends like March. So we got like our senior game, and we like had like our little mini graduation there, and like I don't know, for me, like that was enough because I just wasn't home at school because I would go back to
Right.
school for fourth quarter or whatever it was. And so I was supposed to graduate from home, but I had what I needed, I guess, and so I didn't
Yeah.
really need to get graduate from my actual high school.
That makes sense though. I mean, I guess it also makes it easier for you that like it didn't matter that the graduation was different because it wasn't that important to you like it was for somebody else. So it makes it easier for you to deal with because just like you said, you didn't really need that. You had the other things kind of close off your high school career. And then the other thing was just kind of extra. I mean, it is obviously different. Like you're not going to that school year round. You don't have that connection.
Yeah, it was different, and like I'm very excited to graduate college. Like that's gonna be like my huge achievement. I'm very excited for that.
How
So,
big is Wilkes? Like, is it pretty
um,
small?
yeah, it's more of like a smaller community, everyone knows everyone mostly, I guess. I
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine going to. So I went to Michigan Tech, and it's not that. It's like 8,000 students undergrad, so it's not big, but it's also not like super
That's
small.
big. Or well,
Well,
that's
I mean,
big.
like I think about like people who go to University of Michigan or like
Yeah,
something, and
those
there's like
are
50, 60, 70,000. Like the University of Arizona or Arizona State, the undergrad enrollment's like 80,000 or something stupid crazy. I can't even
yeah.
imagine what graduation must be like there. Like, God.
Yeah, so many people, like that must be like hours long.
Yeah, I thought ours was bad, and it was like 4 hours, and that's after they did a separate graduate ceremony. Like they used to do them together, and it'd be like 6 hours, and then they did the grads
Oh.
on Friday night, and then the undergrad Saturday morning. It was still like 4 hours. It was just so mind numbing. Like once you
Yeah,
get your
you get
diploma,
sleepy, like you're sleepy,
yeah.
you're like I'm sleepy.
And I went pretty early. Like my group of majors went pretty early. So then you're like sitting there waiting for everyone else to get their diploma. You already have yours. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but you
you
won't
can't
have to worry
get
about
up
that.
and leave. You have to
There
stay
were
there.
some people that did.
Oh, wow.
They like got their diploma off the stage and they just walked out. They didn't sit back down. They just left.
Wow, that's crazy.
I I would have never thought about doing that. Like, I don't know. I feel like you go to college the whole time. You might as well stay, no matter how boring it is.
Yeah.
You,
Then you can take pictures with everyone
well,
afterwards.
yeah,
Really
exactly.
enjoy it.
You're never gonna get those opportunities again.
Yeah, especially since I didn't get my opportunity.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna cherish it even more.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta take pictures with everyone.
Yeah, well, you have to, right? Memories,
Yeah,
pictures. You want to be able to look back when you're 70 years old, looking at your
might be the
photos.
last time I graduate from anything ever again. I don't know,
Maybe.
I
Do
don't
you want to go to
know.
grad school?
I'm not sure yet. I have no idea. So
Hey, some people like go back to grad school like 10 years after they graduated from college. They just decide like, hey, I'm gonna go get my master's.
yeah, I'm taking a leadership course actually right now, and it's only 6 weeks long, but some of the people in the course are like, 40 or, older. They have their
Yeah,
lives and they're just going back to school. And I'm like, that is so cool. Like, like there's always that option if you really like truly want it.
right.
Like, I don't know. We were talking about like how everyone has their own path in life or whatever, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. You
that's
always
cool.
have the option, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. So after Suffolk, I mean, you played in your second year there because obviously you mentioned COVID. So I guess actually before we move on, let's talk about your first college goal, and that's always exciting. Like everyone always wants that first college goal. Was yours an exciting goal? Was it a thriller?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if it was a thriller, but like, my dad was actually there, which
Oh
was
yeah,
like
that's
really
awesome.
important to me.
Yeah,
So yeah, I was very happy. I don't really, I know this sounds horrible, but I don't really remember that goal.
really? I feel
Um,
like
I know I should
everyone always remembers the first one.
really, really. I don't, I, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But
Well,
I do remember my dad being there.
well,
So
that's the
that's
most
the most,
important.
yeah, I really
Yeah.
wanted to see it. I'm very happy he was there to see it. So yeah,
And well, you don't remember it, but you know what happened. And you can just tell everyone that it was awesome. Like
it
you
was,
just say,
I mean, a goal's a goal. Like a goal is awesome. Like, come on,
right,
you know?
yeah, you could make up a story. Like I had a
Yeah,
breakaway, I
far
was coming
down, far
down,
down.
I put it up under the crossbar above the goalie's shoulder, and like they went down, and I shot up, and I made
Yeah,
the goalie look silly. You could
yeah.
totally
I did the splits,
right,
upside
yeah.
down.
Yeah, I made that goalie. I mean, he sold so hard on that shot. Like,
Yeah.
you could say that she totally whiffed on it, and that's why you scored. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, okay. I like that. Maybe I'll start telling some stories.
Hey, it's like when people go fishing and they tell that story, and the fish like gets bigger and bigger. I caught a 10-inch fish, and now it's a 15 inches
Yeah.
long, and then all of a sudden it's a 2 foot long fish, and you're okay.
Yeah. I might do that
So what
fishing.
went into the decision to transfer from Suffolk?
You said when was the decision
Or,
or?
like what went into it? Why did you decide, hey, I want to try something new?
Yeah, so my friend Julia Franklin, who now plays at Alvernia, kind of opened my eyes up to it. She told me she was transferring after her freshman year at Suffolk, in the spring of 2021. And I don't know, I just was like, okay, like that's possible, like it's okay if things aren't working out here and like I want something else for myself, like that's okay. And so like then I started reaching out to schools and I actually went home with Julia because she lives in Pennsylvania, and I started visiting a bunch of schools like once the school year had ended in May. So
So was I mean, did you have any on your radar when you started, or were you just kind of like, I'm gonna see what's out there and go in with an open mind?
I just kind of wanted to go out there and see what was out there, to be honest with you. I was like, okay, like, like reach out to some schools in Minnesota, reach out to some schools like in the Pennsylvania area. My parents were like, Bella, like, what are you doing? And I was just like, oh, like, I don't know, I need something different. Like, like I just really I wanted to like explore my options. And
Yeah.
so I don't know really particularly why I landed like looking kind of more like in the Pennsylvania area, but like somehow I did. And I went on a couple of visits when I was staying with my friend Julia, and I was able to see some campuses and stuff like that, which was awesome, just like being able to like actually view it. um but ultimately So my senior year of high school, I had reached out to Labath, who is now my head coach at Wilkes. And he was previously at SUNY Canton. And so I was between going my senior year of high school, I was between going to Suffolk or SUNY Canton. And so I ended up deciding to go to Suffolk because I wanted to try living in the city and like, that type of vibe. But I decided to reach back out to Labath at SUNY Canton, just to see, like, is that door still open? Is there a possibility that like that might have been the right choice for me? And then, I had to sign some release forms for that, and I talked to Labath. I reached back out to him and he like had me sign the forms, and then I waited, and then he called me back and he was like, hey, like, have you ever heard of Wilkes University? And I was like, no, like, I don't know. And he was like, well, I just took the head coaching job there, like, you want to come with me and like uplift the program there? And I was like, sure, like, I'm so down for that, like,
Yeah.
it took me a really long time to say yes. Like, that was the thing. It took me like the entire summer. I really wanted to make sure I was making the right decision.
Well, and I think that's good because I mean, it's stressful, obviously, to be in the transfer portal and recruiting and all that. You don't want to make the wrong decision and have to transfer again. I mean, there's some people you look around sports and they've transferred like 3 or 4 times. Like that must just be horrible. You can't find the place that's right for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
totally. You want to take your time. It's a big decision.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I had like a pros and cons list written down in my best friend Sav from home. She actually ended up transferring to Wilkes after I did, but she was like, Bella, you just sound so much more excited when you're talking about Wilkes like than like the other schools. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, like, I'm going to Wilkes then, like,
Yeah.
and that was kind of like my point where I was like, okay, like, if I am very excited talking about it and I'm not even realizing it, like, a kind of an eye-opener situation for me. And I was like, okay. And honestly, I made the absolute right choice when I came here. Like, I love it here, so I'm very happy.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's you always hope you make the right decision with those, and often you're not going to know until you start practicing and start going to classes, and at that point it's too late. You got to at least do it for a year to make it kind of worth it. So it's good that looking back, you're happy
Yeah,
with your decision.
honestly, like, I think within the first month, like, I jumped on everything. I got a job in school, like, I was in clubs. The team, we were already doing stuff. I just like loved being part of the community because the community here is really cool.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. So last season, kind of a tough season for the team overall. You guys had a lot of closer games, 2-goal games, 3-goal games, not getting blown out every game, which is always, you can look at a record, but the record always doesn't tell the true story of a game. And even looking at a score, that doesn't tell a true story because if the score is 5-2, was it actually 5-2, or was there an empty netter in there? Like, okay, it was actually a 4-2 game. So, if you really look into it, you guys had a tough season, but plenty to build on coming forward into this year. And you had a good season personally. You played in 23 games. You had 9 goals and 5 assists. I mean, putting up points, you're helping the team score. I mean, that had to feel good after not playing a ton at Suffolk. Now you're coming in, you make an instant impact. I mean, it had to really help your own confidence, kind of just, moving
Yeah.
through the year.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like last season was so fun. Like, I know it was hard to lose a lot just because like, losing is very difficult, but like you said, like, it was uplifting in the sense that like we set program records last year that like weren't set, and there was also like you got to start somewhere, and like
Right.
rebuilding process, like, it's not just gonna like appear all of a sudden, and so that was like, I don't know, the team culture last year was amazing. We didn't really have like as many people as we do this year, but like just like as in like, like there's always like drama on a team, and like last year there was no drama. It was amazing. I love my teammates so much. Like I honestly think that we're fostering a great culture, and like this year we have a really large class of freshmen. But it's been so fun to like integrate them into our systems, teach them things, and like learn things with them. And like just like we played some exhibition games and we did well, and I'm really excited to see where the season takes us.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, rebuilding it's hard. It's not going to be instant. It takes, I mean, college sports it's brutal. A lot of these programs, you look at them and they've had a program for longer than your school has, and they've got deeper recruiting routes across the country, and it's hard to just come in with a rebuild and instantly start winning every single game. I mean, you got to not necessarily look at how many games are we winning, but look at other things, like you said, setting different program record, doing things that the program hadn't done before. Even if you're not winning games, those can be wins for your program. You got to look
Mhm.
at other things, not necessarily just the W or the L. So,
Yeah.
there's obviously lots to look at, and then you can look back and like, okay, what are things that maybe we could do better this year? You got plenty of film to look at, and moving forward,
Yeah, we
like
do a lot of film.
you're more familiar with the program, the team, because you've been there for a full season now. You
Yeah.
know the kind of the ins and outs, and you can help those freshmen that come in. So with all that being said, kind of looking forward to this season. You mentioned a few exhibition games that you guys did well in, and some excitement around the team. What is the like general feeling around the team, coaches, players, everybody?
Um, well, I think like the general feeling is that like we're coming in hot. I don't know, like we're really excited, like
Yeah.
I just checked, and I'm gonna butcher this. The USCO. Do you know what that is?
Oh,
It's
the hockey poll.
yeah. We got a
Yeah.
vote.
Oh,
We got a
really?
vote. Yeah, Wilkes got
Yeah.
a vote. Yeah, so that was really
Somebody out there likes you.
yeah, like I didn't see some other teams on that list, not trying to throw shade or anything, but like, like go Wilkes, like,
Yeah.
so just kind of we're working on it. We're working on the rebuild. It's it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, and
gonna be
that's
a
what really
battle.
matters.
We're
Like you
we're
said,
prepared for the battle.
last year you had fun. That means more than winning something often. Like, if you're having fun, I mean, that's really what it's all about. Why would you play a sport if you're miserable and you hate it? Like, you want to be having a good time.
Yeah, and like personally, like my mission, like I guess in a sense, is to like leave this place better than I found it. Like I'm probably not gonna be here, I'm gonna take one more year after this, but like I'm not gonna be here like when the team is like gonna be like amazingly successful. So, like I just wanna like work towards that goal and help them achieve it. I don't know. I'm trying to think long term here, but
You're part of the building blocks. Someday
yeah.
you can look back when the program is super successful and you can say, hey, I was part of the foundation. I helped kind of boost the program when it was in a low spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any big goals, for this season, personally or for the team?
Personally, I would like to beat Utica and
Yeah.
beat Nazareth, but I would like to win every game.
Right.
Yeah, but I know that's not really realistic, but in the
Hey,
sense of beating everyone, but
well, yeah, I was gonna say the other
yeah,
games, upsets happen.
yes, of
It's
course.
great to be the underdog.
Yeah, we're ready to upset some people. But I think this year we're just I don't I don't know really what our goals are per se, but like we're just trying to learn and grow and get better every day, and winning's fun.
It is. It is. As long as you're
We're
improving.
learning that, like we're learning that after
Yeah.
the past couple of weekends. So it's been fun to be on a winning streak for once.
And then once you start to win, you want to keep winning. You get that like taste for it and you don't want to stop. And sometimes that's all you need too. It's like once you get a taste for it, you can't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's just talk about a few other random things, not necessarily related to the schools you've been at. Like, what's your favorite thing about hockey? Like you've been playing it your whole life. What do you like the most about it?
My favorite thing about hockey is probably like the people, like being part of a team, being part of like the team environment, like being depended on, but also depending on others. So like, I don't know if I could play like a, single sport, like where you just have to like compete by yourself. I don't think I could do that. I would get so stressed out. But like my team's my family, and also like hockey gives me an outlet. It's, like so freeing from all the other aspects of life, and like my problems aren't existing when I'm on the ice, so it's really
Yeah.
nice.
The hockey community is a great community. It's a close community. Like everybody knows everybody. There's so many connections. People are always willing to help other people within the community. And then like fans, I mean, like the hockey fans are so crazy. People who love hockey, I mean, they really love hockey. Some people just live and breathe hockey
Yeah.
every day of the year.
Yeah, for real. We have we have some true fans for us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Not many, but we do have some.
Hey, the number doesn't matter. So, what are your hobbies when you're not playing hockey? What do you like to do?
Um, well, I like to do a lot of things, I guess. Um, I
That's
just
good.
I just bought a moped,
Oh
and
wow.
a car. Yeah. So sometimes I like to go for joyrides on it.
Just zipping
Yeah.
around town.
Yeah, it's matte blue, and it's really fun. I don't know, it's different,
How
whatever.
fast do you go on that? What's your top
Um,
speed you've ever gone?
by myself, I can go like 45, but with somebody on the back of it, I go like 35
You're
tops.
really tearing it up.
Yeah, yeah. I go over this, we have this one bridge that I like to go over sometimes, and just like
Yeah.
there's a little hill at the end, so like you get a little more speed going down. Yeah.
That's one I've never heard. Moped.
Yeah.
Like that's the first like hobby that anyone's
Oh, I
ever said
got
that.
you on the next one as well.
Okay.
I just bought a tarantula.
Whoa. You
Yeah.
like spiders, bugs?
No, no.
Then why did you get a tarantula?
I don't know. It was just a day for me. And I was just like, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna get a tarantula today. And I made it okay with my roommate, made sure it was okay with her. And she said yes. And yeah.
Have you ever seen Home Alone?
Yeah.
Do you ever worry that that's going to happen? The tarantula is going
No,
to
no,
get
no.
out and it's going to crawl on your face?
No, I don't, because he's in his cage. He doesn't even like stay in my room. Like he has his own room in my house. So,
The one in the movie was in a tank too, though, and it fell off the shelf. So,
well, he's not gonna fall off the shelf.
okay.
I don't know. No, because if that day happens, that's not gonna be a good day for my health at all.
That's
But
interesting. You just woke up and you're like, I'm getting a tarantula, not a cat or a dog or a gecko or a
so
hamster.
okay, so you have to take care of those things a lot more than you have to take care of a tarantula.
What about like a gecko or something, like a little
I
lizard? I
had a
feel like
gecko once. I needed something that would scare me. I don't know. I needed to be like scared a little bit. I don't know. I only have to feed him every other week. I give him water twice a week. He's very chill. Um,
what's his name?
his name is Brian.
Brian the
I don't actually know
tarantula.
if it's a female or male. I'm waiting for it to molt, but Brian for now. Yeah.
Brian, Brian for now. Maybe a name change coming up. Could be Brianna. Who knows?
Yeah. No, if it's a girl, I'll probably stick with Brian still. I feel like,
Yeah.
you can change the name. No, no.
No, not you stuck with it originally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not keeping it forever. Like, I'm just gonna keep it for a little and see how I like it. And then, like, maybe I'll get rid of Brian by the end of the year. I don't know.
You ever just sit and look at Brian? Just watch
Yeah, I
Brian.
watched him eat the other day for the first time. Like, I got him like 2 weeks ago. Um, so yeah, I watched him like spin the crickets up and then like eat them, which was pretty cool to watch because I didn't even know. I really did minimal research, unfortunately. Um,
You
but I'm
just
learning as we go, and I'm a great spider mom.
that has to be one of the most so far we're on very interesting hobbies, mopeds and tarantulas. Like that's
Yeah,
unique.
yeah. I feel like I have other normal hobbies, but those are my two major ones.
Well, it's more interesting to hear something different. People who say this, oh, I like to go to the beach. I like to hang out with my friends. Everyone likes to go to the
Well,
beach and
yeah,
hang out with their
everyone, yeah,
friends. Like,
exactly. Like, I mean,
but
like,
not
I
everyone
love,
has a tarantula.
yeah, exactly. I love doing new and spontaneous things too, like just like random things. So I guess that's why I got Brian. But I also like to go for walks. I'm a big going for a walk and like being alone type person when I'm going for my walks. I don't know why, but it
Walks
just
are
gives
nice.
me a sense of like, like
Calm.
share and like yeah
Yeah,
calmness, able to like reset my mind. So
totally get that. I don't much anymore, but I don't know. I feel like in college and maybe in high school, I just go on random walks too. I feel like there were summers where I just walk miles a day just to go on
yeah,
walks.
yeah, just to like get outside and move,
Yeah.
and then also I love to go fishing, hiking, and camping at home, but I don't really do that much in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. You can always get back to that after college, after hockey. I feel like a lot of people when they get to college with athletics and stuff, they don't do a lot of the same hobbies maybe that they did growing up because there's not time.
Yeah, I would say like in the summers, yes, like all the time, but when I'm at school, I just, it's really like time is minimal in the day. I wish there was more time in the day sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, college is a lot.
Mhm. Yeah, but I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Prepares you for life because life's a lot.
Yeah. I'm already feeling that with my bills and all of that stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah. Not
wow, it's
fun. The
expensive.
not the not fun parts of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about music? Do you like music?
Yeah, I do actually. I
What
feel like
kind?
everyone likes music, right? Like,
Actually, I don't know. I've asked people that and they're like, I don't listen to a lot of music, but if I have to listen to music, this is what I listen to. And I hate silence. Like I can't sit in silence.
wow. I mean, I don't I do sit in silence sometimes, but I do like music and I like music when I'm like doing stuff too. I don't know,
What
like
kind of music?
something like clean. I mean, I listen to a lot of rap, especially during hockey season. Like right now, my one of my favorite artists is Future, and I really like the Heroes and Villains album by Metro Boomin. But my all-time favorite song is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Hmm. Why?
My first year at Naha, me and one of my friends who now plays at Penn State, we we just like idolized that song and like we drew a cutout like cardboard thing of Freddie Mercury and like cut our hair and like taped it on there and like got nail polish and made the teeth and like we like did the whole 9 yards and like we would have like concerts for Freddie, like yeah, we just I don't know.
You geeked out over Queen.
Yeah, for real. So I got
So
a Queen poster in my room too.
that's awesome. Queen's good. I like Queen.
Mhm. Yeah.
So is the pre-game locker room playlist all rap?
No, actually. Um, my team has uh like a variety, I guess. Like, now that we have a lot of freshmen, I would say now we listen to a lot more rap. But last year we would listen to like more pop stuff too, or like some older songs. I don't know.
Yeah. Varieties, good. Varieties the spice of life.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes to be honest with you, I just put my headphones in. But this
Right.
year the music's been like pretty good, so like I'll take them out and like actually like vibe with it, but last year I would kind of keep my headphones on a lot of the time.
Yeah. People dancing in the locker room and like
Yeah.
getting all
Well, it's
into it.
fun to dance, and like get
Yeah.
into it. But I don't know. I'm serious. I'm a serious person. I don't know. Like when I get like in the zone, sometimes I'm like, oh, I gotta focus.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was at Tech, I worked for the ticket office. So I would work a lot of the hockey games. I'd be there super early when the teams were warming up. It was always interesting to see how different guys compose themselves. Some guys would go sit alone in the stands, like away from absolutely everybody, and just, and then every other guys are in a big group, just hooping and hollering, having a good time. Like everybody's kind of got their own routine, and it's interesting how different people kind of prepare themselves for a game.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I feel like I'm a mixture of both, to be honest. I'm like, yay, whoop, dance. And then I'm also like, let me go sit in the stands for 5 minutes alone. Like I need to
Don't
think.
talk to me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like a bipolar mess of that.
What's your favorite non-hockey sport?
So my favorite is it to play, like favorite
I don't know,
non-hockey.
either one. Play, watch, whatever.
Well, I like, my favorite non-hockey sports to play are like sewer ball, volleyball, or spike ball before games. Um, because basically I don't know. I can't imagine life like not playing hockey. I don't know.
Yeah,
But like
hockey is
I
it.
yeah, I like to be active. I like moving and doing stuff like walks or like, like I'll go out. We have a parking lot like down the street and like we'll go play sewer ball there or like we had like a team event where we did volleyball a couple weeks ago and before games we play volleyball or like sometimes we'll just play spike ball in somebody's backyard and I really like doing that kind of stuff, but like
Yeah, just keeping
I don't know.
busy.
Yeah. Like I'll shoot some hoops, but like I can't play basketball. It's not
Yeah.
contact enough for me. I feel
Well,
like
it
I
can be.
foul.
You just get fouled and thrown out of the
Exactly.
game. You
Yeah.
can make
And
it
I would
as
get fouled
contact as you
and thrown
want.
out of the game. I could tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So but yeah.
There's a lot of basketball players that would probably take offense to what you just said. That is
I'm
a
so
huge
sorry.
argument
I
sometimes.
am so
People, I
sorry
remember
to all basketball
in
players.
high school, the basketball players would take such offense that people would be like, "Your sport's not as contact as mine," and it turned into giant arguments. I don't
I
know.
mean, I get in trouble sometimes for being too contact, like my own
is
sport.
that
I'm
is that
like,
why you had 10 penalties last
mm,
year?
yeah, probably. I'm working on that.
It's
But
good to play with some fire and aggressiveness.
yes, I definitely have the aggressiveness.
That's good. That is good to
Yeah,
have. Every team needs a couple of those players.
yes. I just need to not get the penalties.
Right. You got to do it when the refs aren't looking.
Yeah, I feel like that. Uh,
um, the last thing I wanted to touch on is I noticed on your Instagram that you took a trip to Italy.
mhm.
That had to have been exciting.
Yeah, it was awesome. We went for spring break my sophomore year at Suffolk. Me and a couple of my friends, one of my teammates' sisters lived in Rome, and so we got to stay with her for our spring break, and it was really cool.
Yeah, that's a bucket list place for me, definitely.
Yeah.
What other places do you have on your travel bucket list?
So next year our team is going to Czech Republic, and
Oh wow.
yeah, so we're going like during Christmas time, and I'm very excited for that. I think it's like 10 days or something, so we get to play like 3 games and then like also like explore and like, like see things and experience Czech. Um but like honestly, I would be content with just going back to Italy.
Really?
Yeah, like it was such a fun trip, and like we didn't get to go to the Amalfi Coast, and I really, really want to go to the Amalfi Coast. My mom and my brother just went on like this long like trip around like France, Spain, and Italy, and for my brother's high school graduation type thing. And my mom and I are trying to plan like a trip like that, so where we go to like Spain, France, and Italy when I graduate college.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be cool.
yeah, I'm very excited. It's so cool there. Their architecture is just insane.
Yeah, Europe is it's just so different, like the arch because you think about the US and like what old buildings here are like not even that old in Europe. Like you think about
Yeah.
the architecture and how old some of those places are. It's mind-boggling.
Just how they conserve it too, like, to
Oh
like
yeah.
still be that beautiful. I don't know. Like, I feel like you like drive by like someplace and like, it's like a rundown, like old building, but like there they like save everything and like, like cherish it and like respect it. So I don't
Yeah.
know. They just have a kind of a better, maybe a better viewpoint on it than we
Yeah,
do.
a better viewpoint on like history and I mean the architecture just is so different too, like the styles, and it's so unique, and you go to different countries obviously and they have different styles, so it's super cool. There's so many places I want to go in Europe. It's not
Yeah.
even funny, like the list is so long.
Mean, if I could just maybe if I could just like, have it all paid for, I'd do it.
Yeah, exactly, that'd be great.
It
That would
would
be
be
awesome.
fun.
Sign me up for that too if you ever
Yeah.
figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
You
how
have
I'm
to become one of those travel influencers, the people that
well,
like just travel the world and they have some brand or sponsor that kind of like pays for all their stuff.
I couldn't post that much though. I don't think. I
You have
don't
to be really invested every day, all
Yeah,
day. Like, here's my life and this is what I'm doing.
yeah, I could not do that. I suck at
Yeah.
responding to people most of the time. Like I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want like that many people to be that involved in my life.
For real. Yeah, 'cause everyone knows everything then, like
Yeah,
they know when you're not home, when you're traveling. Like, I don't know if I'd like that. Mm,
no, I definitely wouldn't.
yeah, that's a good point.
All right, Bella. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast and talking about your journey so far. Good luck with this
Yeah,
season. Hopefully, we'll see Wilkes rising up through the Division 3 hockey ranks. I wish you guys the
yeah.
best of luck.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on here. This was honestly so cool to be able to share my story and hopefully inspire other people to live their best lives and make changes if they aren't happy.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why one of the reasons I do this, because I hope somebody will get something. You hear other people's
Yeah,
stories. It helps more than just like somebody saying, you know, do this just because. If you hear
yeah,
somebody else did it and it worked for them, or somebody else battled through some sort of adversity and you're going through the same thing, like, hey, that it worked for that person, it can work for me too.
yeah, they're able to like relate back to it and like honestly, sometimes change is the best thing that you could do for yourself and like
Yeah,
so I
it's
don't know.
hard, but sometimes
It's
it's
hard.
often worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.